Oh, yeah, I can do the intro anyway.
Oh wow.
That's what it is.
This will be the intro. Video in the beginning, yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. We are on episode 3. We have some special guests here. One you know from before, Bulos.
Hello, everybody.
And Will. He is yet to be. This is his first time on the episode, or on the podcast, but we're happy to have him here. So today we're going to be talking about a bit of a controversial topic. It was an article in the New York Times. So I'm just going to read it to you. It's a hypothetical situation, but then we're kind of just going to go into some discussion about this hypothetical situation, because, you know, we love those. All right, here it goes. Frank and Ellen meet at a night course and end up getting drinks together after class several times. The drinks start to feel like dates, so Ellen asks Frank if he is married, making it clear that adultery is a deal breaker for her. Frank is married, but he lies and says he is single. The two go to bed. Is Frank guilty of rape? Clearly,
No.
Bulos doesn't think so.
No.
Wait, they go to bed or they
Well,
get busy?
I mean,
So they drink
I
together.
feel at the end of the night
They
they
left
did
together.
I think
something.
it's
they
safe to
ended up
say
in bed
that
together.
they've had sexual
I'm gonna
intercourse.
assume
Okay.
yes.
But because he's lied and she's made it clear
Right.
that she doesn't like adultery, it's
Right.
considered rape. So
No.
I guess the rest
Bulos,
of the,
you shook your head. You said
Yeah.
no.
I said no.
I would like to know why.
Okay. Okay. Rape to me is forceful entry. Right? Is that not
Okay.
what rape
I
is?
agree.
Okay.
Forceful
I agree.
entry.
Forceful entry. Something that one person does not consent to.
See, no, but,
But
they're asking.
did she consent?
They're asking like, oh, because he tricked her. Is that
Right.
rape? No.
Yeah.
That's what you call game.
So what?
I mean,
We got game.
Damn!
Savage. Okay, it's
I
savage.
mean-
That's the savage way to put it.
But I guess it's because then you have to think about forceful, like, physically or forceful. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, mentally or
Yeah,
intellectually? Like,
mentally.
you kind of forced your way into that.
When you put the words rape, I feel that's more physical, something that's not wanted in the situation.
But she didn't want
Right.
to have sex with him if he was
Yeah.
married.
Mentally.
So-
But I feel that's more
Right.
Mentally, you
Mentally,
don't want to have sex
right.
with
That's
her.
in that-
She's
in-
married.
So
But
mentally, she
physically-
was raped. Physically, she was not raped, is what we're saying here.
Because her body wanted it,
mentally-
but her mind didn't.
She was.
Mentally,
but
she was
physically,
raped.
She wanted it. I mean, at that time, although she didn't.
I never said this quote, but this quote goes that men are pigs. Right? We will do anything to get it.
I mean,
But
this is why it was good to have a
but
guy's
rape,
perspective
that's
on
like-
it.
Whatever. You know, rape.
Because
is
to
like-
us, it was very simple. For us, it was pretty easy. Like, yeah, absolutely.
Really? That's rape. That's considered rape.
Yeah.
Why?
I would
Why-
think
why-
so.
Why do you feel?
Why?
do you
Why
feel
is
that
it
way?
It's exactly how I was explaining it to you. Like, just because it's physically not forceful. You said rape is force, not physical force. You said it was force. So mentally, she was forced into it. She was coerced into it. So it's the same thing, right? Unless you're physically going to say rape is physical force, then yeah, okay, she wasn't raped, but
In
Do you
the
get what I
law of court. It's a criminal act. It's a criminal act. It's like you
Okay.
said before, sexual fraud.
yeah.
Sexual fraud. There you go.
Okay,
No.
there you go. So
It is
yeah,
sexual
okay, I see what
fraud.
you mean.
It's not rape,
Right. Okay. I could see that.
right?
I could see that. If we're going to be like very
Yeah,
What's the word?
lawyerish. Is that a word?
very specific
Yeah.
to
Yeah, I don't know. Just for me, like in that situation in itself is like if it's something not wanted, and the other person pursues it, that's what I feel like what rape is. Like,
Well, okay,
versus-
my guy, listen. She didn't want it because she wanted to be. If he wasn't married,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But now all of a sudden he's just like, well, girl, I ain't married, so let's do it. And she says, okay. That's not
But
right.
he's still married.
But he's still married, and she made it clear.
But he's still married.
She made it clear that she didn't want to have intercourse with a guy who's married.
But alcohol, when you guys go out.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, but alcohol, and then you force yourself on a woman, that's considered rape.
Yeah, force yourself on a woman. But if you talk game like girl, you know what? I ain't even that married.
So, yeah,
That married? I ain't even that married.
Right? Y'all heard that stuff. Like, we ain't even that together.
Wow.
We're not together.
Yeah,
It's
see?
complicated.
And then the girls be
It's
like, okay, fine, let's do it. Then they come to their senses in the morning, oh my god, you fucking raped me. No.
I
It's
can
wrong, it's
definitely
wrong.
agree.
Whoever's listening, it's not right to fucking tell someone, oh, I'm not married. And
Yeah.
It's not right.
No, it's
Right.
absolutely not
Not
right.
right.
It's no, and ethically, no, it's not.
It's not right to do that. But to be accused of rape because of that, hold on now. I know there was bad intentions there, but don't put me in jail for fucking 20 years. Jesus Christ.
I could see that though.
But if
I
was
didn't
the girl,
think about that
I would
before.
take you down. Yeah, see, now you guys are
I
thinking
did not think about
what a
that.
girl would think and what a guy would think, right? Because you guys would think, oh,
Yeah.
he did that, that shit's rape. It's rape because he did that.
I think it's so alarming because rape is such a strong word,
Yeah.
right? Rape isn't kind of thrown around casually. So when we say the word, it sounds very aggressive.
Very aggressive, very forceful, very like one-sided.
And I can see how a situation like this one between Frank and Ellen, it's hard to say because after the night's over, it's a game of he said, she said, because he can say, I told you I was married. There's no way to prove whether or not he disclosed he was married or not. So that's what makes it tricky. And that's where it's hard to make it a criminal offense.
Tricky for sure.
Right?
Right.
Because you can call it sexual fraud, but how do you prove? How does
Not
Ellen
rape.
prove that?
See, why is it in this situation the guy is always in the fault here?
We can reverse it too. Say the
Because
guy.
totally,
You can
because
reverse
totally
it.
the girl can be like, are you sure you're married? Look at me. Are you sure you want to be married? You know what I mean? Then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
We could totally
I can
reverse
see
the
that.
roles. We could, right? And in
Yeah.
a situation
Yeah.
where the girl lies about being married.
whoever's
That's a
listening,
good
girls
point.
are tricky too. Guys are very tricky. Girls are hella tricky.
It can go either way. It can go either way.
100%.
It can go either way, really.
But I can see how sexual fraud would be probably the more
Appropriate.
black and white way to look at
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
than
sexual
rape.
fraud in that way.
Sexual fraud, yes. But once you
Yeah.
put in the rape, rape for me is just very physical, very unwanted.
Yeah.
Attention,
Yeah. Do you find in a case like this, by using the term rape, it almost takes away the severity of what rape is?
Yes. Because once you say
Like,
rape,
if we
it's,
treated a
it's the guy's
situation.
fault. Why? Because
But like,
a lot
I
of
mean,
times
for
it is
other
the
rape
case.
victims, like when you think about other rape victims and how forcefully, like physically forceful the situation has been, if they treated this situation as rape, wouldn't you feel that it almost takes away from like how
Yeah.
severe
I know what you're,
rape
what you're
is
saying.
okay,
Yeah.
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 by putting it all in the same category?
Well, if we look at the definition of rape on Merriam-Webster's website, there's three. One is unlawful sexual activity and usually sexual intercourse carried out forcibly or under threat of injury against a person's will or with a person who is beneath a certain age or incapable of valid consent because of mental illness, mental deficiency, intoxication, unconsciousness, or deception. So there's
Deception.
Deception. There's the word.
Deception.
Deception. So this
Okay.
would be under
Okay.
the category or the deception. So I guess that's where they're like if you look at the definition.
All the
Yeah.
other stuff, and then boom, deception.
deception.
Yeah, I get and then deception was okay,
Yeah.
I understand
But
that.
if you look at the other two definitions, number 2 is an outrageous violation, and 3 is an act or instance of robbing or despoiling or carrying away a person by force.
Okay.
So there is
So
the word
deception
force
seems to
in
be like a
there,
small.
But deception is
Yeah.
very small, so it's
Very.
it's a small portion of the
yeah.
overall definition, which is what you were saying, Will, right? forcibly.
Yeah, forceful entry, forceful one-sided situation. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Okay, hold
I can
up.
see that.
Because once y'all go deception, okay, that was deception.
That one word
Yeah.
deception is very,
Because you really just have to be like, why did you have to lie?
Because
Why did you have to say you weren't married?
Because
Yeah.
Joel says men
get
are
laid.
pigs. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is too, women could do the same thing, right?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
But in the court of law.
But in the court of law,
Of what?
again, it comes down to you not being able to prove it.
Yeah,
True.
like it's very hard to tell
that
the
would
court
not-
that, like I have been deceived in a situation that
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah, because it's a game of he said, she said.
Yeah.
I told you
Yeah.
I was married. No, you didn't. Like, unless you have the...
I don't think it would even work out at all in
unless
court.
you have the
No.
conversation recorded, which you can't do without consenting.
Yeah.
No.
There's no way to prove whether or not he actually told her he was married or not.
Right.
Okay, so just to
But
make things
it's
clear,
a
you
good
girls
topic.
think it is rape. Oh, now y'all got different.
It's a hard.
At first, they're like, yeah,
It's
fucking right, it is.
I
mean, it
think it's like a
definitely is
form
hard.
of it.
it's definitely a form. Whether
It's a form of it, yeah.
it's just that society does downplay that. This version.
I think sexual fraud seems more
Yes.
accurate to say.
I think sexual
than
fraud is a
actual
more
rape.
appropriate way
Yeah.
to categorize
Yes.
this.
Yes.
Yeah.
That I would.
Because now that I
would
brought up that
accept,
point,
but
Is
So
that
then the
actual
question
criminal?
is- Well, that's the thing. That's what it says in the article. If we'll post the article for you guys to read after, but it also says where is
Like
it?
you can be prosecuted for sexual fraud.
I don't think you can. So it says to many feminist legal scholars, the law's failure to regard sexual fraud as a crime, when fraud elsewhere, such as fraud in business transaction, is taken to invalidate legal consent, shows that we are still beholden to an antiquated notion that rape is primarily a crime of force committed against a chaste, protesting victim, rather than primarily a violation of the right to control access to one's body on one's own terms.
okay. So I guess that's what we're talking about. Like sexual fraud should be
A criminal,
just as severe as, just
criminal
as
act,
severe of a
yeah.
criminal offense, than rape. But it's not. I think that's what we're trying to say. Like it's not the same. There are two different categories,
yeah.
I feel
or like
yeah,
two
I feel that
different
too.
levels of it.
Yes, two different sides of the story for sure. You know?
Like
Yeah.
Once you say rape, it's very physical, very like one-sided, like versus like
Yeah. I think sexual fraud should definitely be a criminal offense, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's gonna be
I-
so
I
hard
agree.
to prove.
I
Though.
agree.
Like you're gonna
Sexual
take
fraud.
and take someone to court for that, but how can you prove that though?
Okay, so I guess that comes into effect like girls that lie about their age, right?
Mm.
With guys, and they're like, oh, yeah, I'm 21, or yeah, I'm 18, and then they're like 16 or 14 or
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah.
So
Again,
that gets
very
interesting.
hard to prove in court, but I agree.
That's
like
up to the guys.
girls,
Because then the girl can be like, oh, you know,
He raped me.
he raped me,
Like,
I'm
he knew.
underage. But the guy could be like, she told me she was 21.
yeah.
It's not like you asked
Yeah.
for ID.
Yeah.
Like, are we at a stage where we need to ask for people's ID? But what if you have fake ID?
I mean, if you're in a situation where the place that you're at should be 18 and above,
Oh,
Mm.
true.
then you
But
wouldn't
in
have
the
to ask
version
those
of
type of
online
questions.
dating where you can lie about your age,
That's also true.
Moral of the story: make sure you
Men are-
know.
Before ask
do
for
anything.
ID.
ask for
Are
ID.
you sure? Are you sure?
Ask
you
for
don't think
ID.
I'm married? Are you sure you don't think I'm married?
Did you look at my Instagram?
Did you see my Facebook status?
It's complicated.
Gotta creep them first.
It's
See, that's the thing. Oh, are you married? It's
undercomplicated,
complicated.
All right. So I hope you're ready for a complication.
See, that's the other thing. People can be married but separated, and you can't get divorced technically until
For a year.
Yeah, right? For a year of being separated. So am I married? Technically, I'm married, but we're separated. So
Yeah.
it's so tricky.
But also, maybe this is just a responsible married person. You know what you're fucking getting into. So
When
be
you get
responsible.
married?
Wait till your shit is done. You've done the whole year of
yeah.
separation and don't fuck with other people. Like,
Yeah, there's that.
that's
too.
about it. You know,
But
you
got
like you know what you
needs.
signed
if
up
you
for.
What if you just need to get it in? A whole year?
Then don't lie. You just have to say, I'm married. We're separated for a year.
Yeah.
But don't say you're not married because that's not the truth. Just say the truth.
Okay, but
It
what if
depends on
they're
how
like,
they phrase
what if they're in
it
a
as well.
relationship, right? She cheated on him, and now he's just trying to go out to like let his, get his mind off things. So then she's like,
He's
"Oh,
still
are you married?"
married.
Well,
I
it's
mean-
called because she cheated on me, and I don't know where I stand.
But you're
That's
So
like-
then don't go
You can
fucking
just
somebody
simply
if you
say
don't know.
You're separated.
Yeah, true.
You can simply say
Yeah,
you're
don't go-
separated. Like, there's no
Yeah.
need for.
But she cheated.
You could easily just say yes, but we're separated.
Yeah.
And leave it at that.
I mean,
you don't wanna fuck me, that's cool.
There's nothing that you have to hide behind or anything. Being
See,
separated.
now what if he said that to her? He's like, "Yeah, I don't know," and then all of a sudden the next morning she wakes up, she writes an article like he was.
So now I wonder, okay, so if you guys were on a date with somebody, or like say you were Frank, or say you were Ellen, the roles were reversed and you're the girl.
I'm the girl.
Okay, but
Okay.
but then the guy. Okay, so no, just say the roles are reversed. Okay.
Okay.
So now you're going out with a girl that you've met at a night class, and you have something against dating or sleeping with somebody that's married. If the girl lies to you, would you feel deceived if you slept with her, or would you be like, man,
Okay, roles reversed.
roles reversed? But as a guy, would you?
And
feel deceived?
I'm single right now, right?
You're single, but she's married. You've said to her, like, I don't want to sleep with anybody that's married. She lies. You sleep with her. You find out later she's married. Do you feel deceived? Or are you just like,
I would feel betrayed.
For
Yeah.
me,
if that's what I
for
want.
me, I'd be like, I hit that. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, she married.
Damn.
Like, what's up, fool? I hit you. Okay, you know what I mean? See, that's me.
I mean,
See, I'm a girl.
understand.
I'm a girl trying to get some. You know, and then that happened to me, or
It can either go either way, really.
right, roles reversed, right?
Roles
But
reversed.
I mean, if you have that mentality, though.
so if the girl
then-
lies to you,
I mean, if you have that mentality.
But what's the
then yeah.
like? My intention is to totally marry. Like that's what or am I just out that night because I want some? Girls go out because
You
they
just
just
want
want
some.
some.
you're single.
Oh
You
yeah,
can
I'm
do
single,
what
so
you
I just want some.
But you're telling the girl that you're seeing that you don't want to sleep with a married woman. And she says to you, I'm not married. So you sleep with her,
But she is.
but she is married. Do you
Yeah,
ask
see,
her
that's
that?
the. But those are one of those, in a guy's like perspective. Shit, it's one of those videos ooh, husband's wife. You know what I mean? See, that's wrong.
It's
Well, you're asking
So I guess
someone with like.
I asked the question because I wonder if it's just that women look at it differently.
Women look at
Oh
it
yeah,
differently.
for sure. I was just gonna
100%.
say. Yeah.
100%.
It all
Women look
depends
at
on
that
the
shit
person.
differently.
I don't feel like it's like just women. Like I feel it's like it depends on the person, really. Like if,
So a guy is gonna tell a girl, "I'm not gonna sleep with you because you're married."
I mean, it
I
could.
think-
You're in the shoes of the guy.
I
You're
mean,
gonna tell a girl, "I'm not
possible.
a fucking
I think some guys are like
a
that.
cougar."
I think
Cougar.
I also think it's easier for guys to like let that roll off of them because you
Yeah.
guys have never been what's the word? You've never been sexualized the way women have, where
Yeah.
we weren't even be able to like talk about sexuality. We weren't able to say no. Like when you're married, technically everybody looks at you like, "Oh, you're supposed to have sex with your husband." So what about arranged marriages?
Right.
Is that rape?
Arranged marriage.
Well,
I mean,
love
look,
North America.
arranged marriage is something different. That's a whole new realm.
Yeah, you were
Um,
just talking about that. That's why I wanted to bring it up because I'm like, okay, arranged marriage.
Do
If I
I
didn't
approve?
want to
No,
marry
it's not,
this
it's not rape
person,
because it's an agreement between
I don't think it's
multiple
rape.
families.
But even if it's not an arranged marriage, if you're in a marriage like,
and you don't want to have
and you
sex,
don't want to have sex tonight, if your husband or your wife forces sex on you, is that not rape?
I would say
Like,
yes.
do you have to feel obliged to have sex with your spouse just because you're married?
No.
No.
Right.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you
you're right.
shouldn't.
You're right. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you should have some sort of boundaries. You shouldn't. It,
Yeah.
it would be rape. Like, I mean, again, like rape for me, like if someone doesn't consent and like you don't, if it's very one
Physical, forceful,
very
entry.
physical, very forceful
Mhm.
on one side, then yeah, no, I would consider.
Okay,
it rape.
but okay, now say in a case of a married couple where one of them doesn't want to have sex tonight, but the other person keeps trying to convince them and insisting them
Yeah.
to have sex to the point where the
That's so
other
cringy.
person actually gives in and is like, okay, fine, but isn't completely uncomfortable with it.
And gets like
That's totally
physically
right.
hurt from it.
Well, do they have
Yeah.
maybe they are because
I
maybe they're not
mean,
wet because they're not actually into
that-
it.
Yeah, exactly. You will be
That's
physical.
more- I feel
That
that's
would
more
be
of a
physical.
that's more of a mental thing. Like, yeah, you don't feel comfortable with it, but like you're telling the other person that yeah, you're okay with it. It's hard to say because the other person is thinking like, oh yeah, okay, it's okay. But
yeah,
then
after you've just been like,
physically-
come on, baby, just it'll be quick, it'll be quick. You
Yeah.
know, like after
Yeah, and
you
they
do
say
that,
no.
And
Yeah.
even though you're saying no over and over, and then you're now trying to persuade them into having sex.
Now you're
But
forcing it now.
Now you're
touching
forcing.
them,
Yeah.
Now you're
and-
forcing it now.
Now it's forcing, even though it's not like aggressive force. You're still now trying to over and over and over again convince them to have sex with you.
Yeah, it's not willing.
Right.
Which is also very
Right. I
cringy.
feel
Like,
that-
why
that-
would you
that
want to
falls
be?
into the mental rape. I forget what it's
Mental rape.
Mental rape.
That's
I
a
would
tough
still
one.
consider it
It's a
rape.
tough
I think a lot of people don't though, because they're like, let's say this situation is they're married. People don't look at it like, oh, married people can't get raped because
Yeah.
they love the
almost
other person.
feels
Yeah, you
like-
can love somebody and like not want to have sex with them
Exactly.
that day or that
And just
night.
because we're
And if
married
somebody
doesn't
does
mean that
it,
you're entitled to the other person's body whenever
Yeah.
you want it.
there was a story like, oh fuck, I forgot where I saw it, but they were married and she said no, whatever. She turned over, blah blah blah. They had like gone out. I guess they were intoxicated, whatever. Married. She said no. Actually, no, they weren't married. They were boyfriend and girlfriend. She passed out and she woke up with him having sex with her.
Oh shit.
And she never said anything because they're together, right? Like, who do you tell? Like, yeah, my boyfriend tried to have sex with me while I was
Okay.
sleeping. Most people would just be like, so wouldn't you want to have sex with your boyfriend? Do you get what I mean?
I definitely
So it's
would-
kind of
I
like,
definitely would consider that rape. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
matter like what your situation is
'Cause
between
that's-
the two, because that's
falls
something
under
that's not
intoxication too, under the definition.
and that's
Right.
not under consent. Like, yeah.
but if somebody
I
said
don't
no,
feel
and
good
then
about that.
for a girl, we're way more vulnerable. It's literally just a hole
Yeah.
that you slide right into.
Yeah. Right. Like, it's hard
Yeah.
for a girl to rape a guy because you have to get you hard first, right? Kind of just like.
Facts.
I
Facts.
guess- I
If
guess
that's
you're
what we're gonna
right.
look at,
I mean, I guess that's
if
correct.
that's what we're gonna like
We
look
are
into
more
intercourse,
vulnerable.
is that, yeah,
But
100%.
while we're sleeping, we can also. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Tough.
No, I
First thing is
I don't
Tough.
agree with that.
That's a tough-
Like, I mean,
It's a tough one.
literally, she's unconscious. The other person's taking
Yeah.
advantage. Like,
Yeah.
the
I'm
I'm
person
trying to
is-
remember what story or what, I think it might have been a show, and they were talking about different
Tough.
scenarios,
I-
kind
I-
of like
I
our
think
our
that
topic.
I might have been a show. Like, I have heard something like that. It might have been a show.
Yeah,
But no, I don't agree with that at all. Like,
that would be rape,
that
100%.
is definitely, I feel, would be rape. Like, that's very one-sided.
Yeah.
Very,
But for the most part, people
There's
wouldn't
no
say
consent at
anything,
all.
right? Like, if that's your boyfriend,
Right.
most people would just be like, but that's my boyfriend, so I guess. That's kind of what the girl was talking about in the episode when she spoke about it.
yeah.
Because she was like, what am I supposed to tell people? Like, aren't I supposed to want to have sex with
Right.
my boyfriend?
Yeah.
If it's your boyfriend, do you really want to go and be like, my boyfriend just raped me?
And it's less believable
Yeah.
in that way. I guess it would be kind of the same in this scenario. Less believable if you're like, well, he said he wasn't married. Like, are you sure? Then they would kind of like chastise the girl. Like, are you sure you slept with a guy on the first night you met him? you're probably easy anyway. Like, let's be honest. That's how it would be. People would just be that way. They would be like, oh, are you sure? And then they would just discredit the girl completely.
Well, there's forced
That's our
and
society.
unwanted, right? Right?
Forced and
Yeah.
unwanted, those are
Because, like, okay, let's say, you have a girlfriend, right? Unwanted sex. That's like, oh, I don't want it, but I'll still give it up. Right? Unwanted. Then there's forced. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you're not
better, like,
you're not trying to give
That's
it up,
rape.
but they're insisting. And
Tough,
you
tough.
do it
tough.
either way.
So to a girl, if that's
It's very
considered
tough.
rape,
Like, I
if
mean, like,
your boyfriend
situational.
wanted to have sex but you didn't want it,
Very situational.
but
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
they
I
ended
mean,
up
girls also
doing it anyway, so that's rape.
girls also, I mean, they will go out, they will have friends and like, have fun, whatever, and then they will come back just as horny, whatever it is, and the guy, will be there. And
This is very descriptive.
Would very not want to, but they force the other person anyway.
We're not gonna say no, don't.
Men in general,
No, girl.
we probably will not say no, but it's very hard to please.
Yeah. I think, well, wait, the person in the article, that's a woman, the lawyer that's speaking in it or writing about it.
So, yeah.
So I guess it is just very much different perspectives. Like, females just think of things a lot more severely, though, because historically, haven't we been kind of sexually abused more than men? And I don't want to put it out there that like men don't get sexually abused.
They
Yes, it is
do.
possible.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
It definitely is possible. If it's like, I mean, again, if it's unwanted, then yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So
Basically,
law professor Susan Estrick argued that the law of rape should prohibit fraud to procure sex, just as the law of theft prohibits fraud to secure money. That's her argument. So that's why she's saying Ellen was raped, because she did not consent to have sex with Frank because she thought he was
Fucking
not
Frank.
married.
okay, so she used rape because, yeah, sexual fraud is not a real thing to use in a courtroom.
Right.
She gonna lose that court
So the
battle.
law of rape should prohibit fraud to procure sex.
Right, that should be included. I think it absolutely should be included.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're talking about here. Not is it rape, but should
Is
sexual fraud be
considered
included?
rape?
Yes. Okay.
Then I would say yes. I think it should be like degrees, right? First degree murder, second degree, third degree.
Yeah. Murder. I mean.
Well, no.
No, I mean
No,
comparative.
Jeez, man, like,
Well,
the guy
comparative.
was just like, girl.
No,
As in-
Are you
compared
married?
As an
to.
example.
With that body, girl, I ain't married. All of a sudden
There should
now,
be
she's
degree,
for
I
rape.
guess. There would be
As an
degrees to
example-
rape.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
I get it.
okay.
Yeah.
50.
Yeah.
I agree.
Fifth degree.
Fifth degree. That's a lot. That's a lot of stages.
So if we think about it too, I was actually just watching a documentary about a serial killer in Times Square in the 70s. I think it
Yeah,
was.
I just watched that yesterday.
And there was some interesting video clips in there about, I don't know if you remember it, but there was a guy that was saying, so back when women didn't really have rights, even for abortions, for example, back in the 70s, the guys, like, live on television would say, don't resist. Because
Yeah.
if you resist, it's just going to hurt more. So basically, just let the guy
It's gonna make it
rape
worse.
you. Don't make it worse.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Just let the guy
God.
rape you.
Yeah, that's
Really?
wrong.
Really?
Yeah,
wrong.
that was on television. I don't know.
I
that
Yeah.
was on
I gotta
series,
finish that
right?
documentary because that's
Yeah,
wrong.
but that's
wrong.
also like
I-
been
again,
that's been the message for a really long
It
time.
has been.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a wrong
don't
message,
resist.
for sure.
Yeah. Okay. That's absolutely.
So I think
bullshit.
that's why women are also, like, if you look at the feminist side of this, women are a lot more sensitive to this, right? Because
Yeah.
actually, there's also I watched the My Unorthodox Life. It's another series on Netflix, and it's about fundamentalism and, like, very, very traditional Jewish communities. And in that community, to this day, women are still not allowed to wear pants, can't show anything, even their collarbones, because if you do, and you make the man tempted to touch you, it's your fault. So you have to stay covered so that the man does not become
That's
tempted.
like in
Okay.
Like
Middle
that's still a thing in
Middle
some
Eastern type
religions.
religion.
Okay, so if I'm wearing the clothes I'm supposed to wear and he still touches me, then it's considered rape?
Yeah, but if I'm showing my collarbones and you rape me,
Interesting.
now I've gone against what I was supposed to do as a woman, and you've tempted the man. So now you're at
That's
fault.
actually pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting, though, like, to keep everything the same so that it's very black and white. Like, oh, she wasn't showing anything, and you still went for her. It's rape. So if everybody's wearing the exact same thing, let's say everybody's wearing a fucking turtleneck and pants, and he still chooses to come for me, it should be very clear that it's rape.
Okay, yeah,
Is
that's
basically
rape.
what they're trying to
But
say.
if she comes up showing cleavage,
Then that's
that's
not his
temptation.
fault.
That's what's tempting.
That's temptation.
They said it as temptation. But why do we have to be restricted in what we wear? So
Well,
that
we
the
don't
man
go
can
around
control
showing
their
our
images?
cleavage, so like, why the?
But women are like raping men more than men are raping women
It still
because of the way that we
happens.
look.
Just because it doesn't happen.
It's just 'cause we're overly
Just
sexualized.
Just because it doesn't happen.
But there's no restrictions on men. You can walk around without your shirt on and it would be fine.
You could literally not wear a bra as a man when you should be and show your nipples. And for us
know
girls,
it
we
should
can't
be,
show
but-
nipples.
I'm sorry.
Society
I
has
can't
it
find the right
deemed so that
size.
he doesn't need to wear such things. No, yeah, I don't agree with that. Yeah, like
So I get
you should
that
be able
view.
to wear
And that's
what
where
you want.
that's where a lot of
It's
this
like-
feminist stuff comes from when it comes to this, because it's like we have been told in some religions, for example, that we can't wear certain things, or even now when women are walking down the street and are catcalled, well, you shouldn't have dressed like that.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Fuck. I still get catcalled in a winter jacket. Like, that doesn't mean anything. A winter jacket and a mask. And it's not to, like, toot my horn. It's just real.
See, because a lot of girls, they're wearing like very revealing stuff.
So does that mean they're asking for it?
No, but I mean, like, if a guy checks them out, all of a sudden we're in fucking hot water for that.
You can check them out, but
Well-
it's the act of trying to have sex with them after.
Yeah.
Or touching them.
Or if you're just creepy. Can you just not be creepy when you compliment
Oh,
a
sorry,
girl?
your titties are fucking showing. Like, how do you not be
Honestly,
creepy
like-
about that? Oh, we're on a friendly date, but are you married? Are you fucking married? Oh shit, girl.
Honestly, like I've been working out. Yeah, like there's a lot of people that around me that have been working out, and yeah, they want to show the results, and so they do want to show off what they've accomplished. And yeah, so why shouldn't they be able to do that if you are a man or a female? Like
Comfortably.
comfortably, like, because everybody, I know you guys do it. You guys approve yourself, and then you always look back in your photos and you guys want to show it off. Like, I mean, that's what you kind of what you want to do when you're out on the streets. Like, obviously you don't want that attention where it's like somebody wants,
You know what it is? You know what it is?
type of
'Cause
attention
girls-
that you, like,
They crave
trying
the
to holler at
attention,
you.
but they don't want to show that they need the attention. That's why it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. They crave
It's
it.
not,
They're
it's not,
like,
it's not
oh.
that they create. Like, I mean, shit.
But
They'll dress sexy. They get a comment. Oh, girl, you sexy.
Okay, alright, keep fair. And everyone loves a compliment.
I think everybody
Right?
craves it at a
everyone
certain
does.
point in time.
But do you think that stems from the suppression of women, like being able to, like, do you know what I mean?
Finally get to
Like,
show their shit off.
Yeah, like if we're
Yeah.
suppressing women's ability to be sexy and stuff like that for the longest time, right? Is that why we?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? I don't know what I'm trying to
But
say.
that's why
Yeah.
it's frowned upon, because they know once you do that shit like that's gonna happen with guys. They're gonna.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because, like,
But once we do
you
holla,
think about-
it's considered.
yeah.
Rape,
But you think about, like,
sexual
okay,
assault.
you say if you had a daughter, how would you in the same breath, explain to her that she is free to express herself, but also let her know that there is consequence. I wouldn't even say it's consequences, but there are things that will happen
This is what
if
you
you
say.
do dress a
You
certain
say,
way.
Hey, you know what? I know you look good. Because if I had a daughter, okay, I know you
Yeah.
look good because look, it stems from here. But don't be a hoe. Don't be a fucking hoe. Don't be showing your teeth.
But what's the definition of that?
Mm,
What's the definition of being a hoe? Just dressing a certain way?
what would
A hoe
I
is
say?
like-
I would say.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I would
know.
say express
I
yourself.
know you want it.
but
I know. But you can't.
Understand
But you
that
can't.
there will be
Tricksters.
Yeah, there's
is what
gonna-
you call them.
that there will be certain situations that you will get
Yeah.
certain attention, and you
Yeah.
just gotta know how to deal with it.
Yeah. And that, of course, is not right, but unfortunately, that's just how the world is.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not saying I'm against feminism or whatever. But just to say, when there's a bit of, oh, free the nipple, what a thing. There's gonna be some. Free the nipple? Okay. And then all of a sudden, if that happens, don't be like, he's a fucking rapist because he was looking at my nipple. Well, you were
Okay.
you were
Because
showing.
I'm gonna bring this up because both me and Sandy.
Fucking males, human nature to be like,
Wait, I'm gonna bring this up because both me and Sandy are like no
Nipple
bra
free.
type of girl. Have you ever gotten nasty comments about your nipples?
oh, okay. I thought you were. Oh, okay. I thought we were.
No, as a girl who's wearing
Oh,
no
you girls, have you
Sandy.
girls ever got-
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
You guys had nasty like.
I
Have you
haven't
got good
either.
compliments?
I haven't had nasty comments about.
I
No.
haven't had anybody say anything to me about my nipples.
Yeah,
Bad.
just be like, hey,
Truthfully.
your nipples are out.
Yeah.
Like,
Bad.
oh,
But what are they like? Did
Is
you
it-
get good compliments? No.
I don't think
I
I've
would-
had anyone actually comment on the
I would
fact
just
that
be
I've
I'm
had
not
somebody be
Hey,
like,
is it
"Oh, you're not
cold
wearing a
outside?"
bra." Okay, cool.
I don't even think.
But I
I've
haven't had
that.
anybody.
There is no bad
No.
compliments. There is no bad compliments. People will look, and people will think, and people will be on the way.
Now, do you judge a person
People will
because
be on the
they thought? Okay,
Yeah,
especially
they
now
thought,
you're doing that.
they're like,
There's a married
wow.
man who accidentally went,
nice
"Oh,
nipples. I'll be on my
yeah."
way.
Is he in the wrong now? Is he considered?
But if somebody was like, "Hey, nice nipples, can I squeeze them?" No, that is not.
Yeah, that's like
that
a
is
no.
not- That is not.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean-
That's a hard
that's not
no.
welcomed.
If you're in a strip club,
I mean, it depends who's asking.
Can I squeeze them? And she says, okay.
Then that's welcomed.
Yes, that's
Different,
all.
I guess.
Okay, so do you girls get offended?
Situational.
Okay, you girls go out, you no bra, whatever, and then you catch someone looking. Is that offensive? A male?
I don't think it's
No.
offensive.
Not at all.
I don't think so.
Only unless they're like
Person.
gawking.
Go ahead, look. But the thing is, like, don't think that that's an invitation to come and have sex with
Yeah.
you now. That's
Right.
where the difference is, right? Just because I don't want to wear a bra doesn't, and I'm going to have my nipples showing through
Again,
my shirt,
that's your
it's
decision.
not an invitation.
Not does every
It's
guy
not
who
even-
hits on you now is that like, oh, he's only hitting on me because
I'm
Yeah.
showing my nipples.
I mean,
like, oh, is he, oh, he's such
again,
a
it's
know?
maybe
It's the
something that you
entitlement.
want,
I
if
think
you like,
Entitlement,
that's-
yeah.
but
bothersome. The entitlement. Like, just
And it's
because
the
I'm
blame.
not.
I don't like the blame that's put on the women. Like, you shouldn't have dressed that way. Maybe you shouldn't have shown your nipples. Maybe you
I
shouldn't
Well,
have
maybe-
worn such short shorts, or shouldn't have shown.
Maybe you shouldn't be a creep.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe you
jeez.
should learn to control your urges. Like, it's
But
less
if
about-
It's okay
if the
to
bus
look.
you're taking is always full of guys, and then they're like, well, I want to show a little today, and then they get a few.
then
Yeah,
you
but I
guys should
also-
have
I-
enough.
I get that, but I also get a woman coming from like, I should be able to dress the way that I want without being worried about a guy wanting to
Yeah.
have sex with me.
Yeah.
Those guys on that bus
You know,
should
because
have.
but here's the thing, like, you have a nice body, so if you decided to walk around
I have my body.
and those two, but like, okay, if we're talking about like,
Oh, people with nice bodies. Oh, okay,
six
so
pack, like,
I'm out of this conversation.
that kind of thing, right? If you were to walk around with your shirt off and women were to stare and gawk at you, Like, there's no
I'd
one
be
says
flattered.
anything about a guy going.
But see, guys don't do that because see.
There's a lot of guys that do that.
Yeah.
Goes
They
on
walk
the-
around with their
Actually,
shirts
oh,
off,
yeah.
have a nice body.
Especially, yeah. No. Yeah. Like a lot of guys do it. Like
So why don't
they
the
work
girls
out
do it?
and
If
they-
it's all equal, why don't the girls just?
Because we're sexualized.
Because we're not allowed to. We're literally not allowed
Yeah.
to.
So if you look at
like
Instagram,
through the nipple
if-
type.
Yeah,
Or
Instagram.
Okay, you,
Oh,
yeah, you
but
can't
you
show
guys are
women's
thinking you're
nipples,
not
but
allowed
you can show
to.
guys' nipples. It's because of the way that society has
Yeah,
decided
at this point, yeah.
the
like,
way,
it's,
yeah.
Like
Totally
history,
what it is.
history at the time. Like I mean, they've been sexualized so much that they had to like cover up like the
Yeah.
breast.
So
in
why
itself.
poke the
Like,
bear?
Like in America,
You know?
like people don't even like when people like breastfeed. I don't understand it
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
Like that's weird. I don't have a problem with
It's
it. Like,
natural,
It's
right?
a natural thing. You gotta breastfeed your fucking babies. Like yo, do it. In Canada, I think it's very accepted or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Than in the States, like I don't know. I didn't like growing up. I didn't think that was like.
Well, what are you gonna
a
do?
thing.
Okay, you're
That was not a
breastfeeding,
thing.
right? You're breastfeeding, and then there's a guy who's like gawking. He's like, oh.
Well, then he's a creep.
Yeah, that's a fucking.
Yeah,
creep.
you're
That's a
creep.
fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
You know,
She's feeding her baby.
versus like somebody in the States, like what I've seen on like videos, whatever. Like I'm not in the States, but like what I've seen in videos, just like somebody coming up to them, was like, "That's wrong."
But okay,
Like,
yeah,
hey,
he's a weirdo.
why are
but
you-
She
why-
could have covered up to make to like not have weirdos.
I mean, they're not covered up. Like they have something over them so that
Oh, okay.
they understand that they're breastfeeding. But
okay.
like from what I've seen in videos, again, like
Because sometimes I'll see
I've
the
never
videos
had
of the
it
girls
firsthand,
who don't
but
cover up.
in the videos
You know?
that I've seen, they've like come up to them and be like, "That's wrong," like doing it in a public place. I don't see anything wrong with that. That's
No,
Okay, so
no. If they're
these
covered
guys-
up, yeah, fine.
But if they're not covered up and the baby's head covers with the mouth is on the nipple, but you just see like the size of the shape of the breast, is that wrong?
It is.
Because why?
Well, because guys are gonna look. We're
But your
all
baby's
fucking-
hungry.
Yeah. What if you?
Yeah, but
if
then
it's something you
why
don't
can't
have
girls
one,
just
like-
wear the cover up? Like,
What if you don't have one? What if the baby's crying, is unconsolable at
Yeah.
this point, is hungry? So what do you gotta do? There's nowhere else to go. You're waiting for the train. You're waiting for the bus. You gotta get somewhere.
you're gonna do it. You're gonna fucking feed her.
You're gonna feed.
I
the
But
mean,
are you gonna
baby.
accuse?
Why?
Are you gonna accuse
Why?
every guy on that bus that like, oh, he was fucking sexually eye raping me because my tit was out? Like,
I don't think.
Yeah,
she'll
if you
do
stare
that.
too long.
If you stare too long, yeah. But I don't think she's going to just be like.
I don't think the mentality should be there that like that situation.
Guys,
is
I'm not saying I'm
wrong.
not like that.
Is it
I'm not saying
wrong?
I'm like. I'm just trying to think of like there's people
I
out
get
there,
it.
right?
I see what you're saying.
I've seen people do that. I've seen people who can't.
But it's
control
like-
That's what I
fucking
mean.
tit.
Like that's why.
You do have peripherals, right? Like you can see what's going on over here. You don't have to be like,
But let's see.
And, like,
people who
looking.
Can't control their peripherals, right? There's there's different people in this world, right?
I guess what I would say is I feel like more women should do it, so it should just be normalized and it's just like a normal fucking thing. And people be like,
But
"Oh,
it's
that
not,
women's
it's not normal for a
breastfeeding."
guy to gawk though. Like,
Growing
it's not
up-
normal for that. They're considered creeps straight up.
I mean, growing up, like I like it
I
has
think
happened to
so.
me, and like now it's just normalized for me. I don't know. Maybe these people haven't been like exposed enough, or like
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a lot of
You
people
know?
who's not been exposed a lot.
I get it, but like
Okay,
I mean, at the same
yeah.
time, like you should like respect other people's boundaries.
But like, okay, here's a visual for all guys listening. You sucked on your mom's tit.
Oh, damn it! For all guys
So every
listening,
time you
now
look
we
at a
gotta
girl, exactly.
Yeah,
Every
okay.
time you look at a
Guarantee my
woman
mom was
feeding her
"Yo,
baby,
fuck,
think
my
about
baby's
that.
hungry." Yeah, for sure.
It's true.
Think about
I'm
that.
always hungry. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. that sounded really weird.
I just feel sorry for the people who are like on the bus, right? They just they're chilling. Then they do one like a.
You feel sorry?
And then all of a sudden
Yeah.
they're getting accused of like, oh.
No, I don't
You're not.
think.
would you feel
No.
sorry?
If you do a look and then you look away, like you're not gonna get accused.
That's
right?
different.
That's different.
Yeah.
Swear to God, there's sometimes where like it'll be happening and just, fuck, I don't know why my peripherals
I mean, look.
fucking do
If you
it. That
look-
look, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fucking.
No, I
get
feel
so
like
scared, like I'm trembling.
If you look, you see, you understand, and then you just
And that's
go
it.
about your day,
Yeah.
it's fine. Like, okay.
Yeah.
I think
You-
that's
you've
the
seen
other
it,
part
whatever.
of this, though, right? Like, because there's also women that abuse this and be like, I was raped, or he did this without consent. It makes it harder
Yeah.
for guys to be in a situation like that, because they're like, oh fuck, am I gonna get accused of
But okay,
raping in this
okay.
situation, right? It makes it trickier.
Okay, if you girls were like, doing, you guys never expect anyone to just look like, even though you catch a few eyes that look, you know what I mean? Like it's expected, right? It is expected,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
It's
Hey,
expected for sure.
Yeah.
I'll wait till Will gets back.
Because like, you see, what I'm thinking is like, guys should never fucking look, right?
It's not that guys should never look. I think both men and women look at the opposite
Yeah.
sex.
Now
Same
commenting,
sex.
now
If they're
that's
interested in
crossing the
that,
border, right? Commenting, making
you
other.
should-
Yeah.
I don't think you should catcall. I think it's fine for you to say to your friend, like, oh
Mhm.
man, look at her butt, or
Yeah.
oh, look at his
Like, what's the
abs, or-
intent?
But yeah, what's the intent?
What's the intent behind it? Like, why are you catcalling her? That you couldn't just see her
Yeah,
walk
a guy,
by.
yeah, a guy should never catcall someone who's fucking breastfeeding. That's totally
You
wrong.
can't just like
But to get
see
caught
them
a
do
little
their
bit,
thing.
like looking, shit. That's like, cause I'll get caught looking. Yeah, I don't want
At
to
a
be called a
lady
fucking
breastfeeding?
rapist or a fucking creep just because I did right? Like a 1-2. Oh. I
that's
understand you couldn't
different.
feed anywhere.
I feel like that's different than a guy like literally staring at this woman.
Okay.
That's different.
Okay. So not all men are like creeps.
No,
When they look at
no.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Because
Yeah,
I just feel like sometimes when the girls are like, oh yeah, that whole free the nipple thing, like there's gonna be some fucking not consequences, but like there's
Oh,
gonna be some.
yeah. There's definitely going to be a response to
Yeah.
it. It's not that I expect it. I know. I'm just as self-conscious about my nipples showing than people noticing that they're there. Like, obviously I know my nipples are going to show. I didn't put anything to cover it. Like, I'm very aware.
Very
You don't need to
aware.
tell me that my nipples are showing. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just
So-
to confirm.
I have a question. This is more so on the guy's side. Okay,
Go ahead.
so when say you're in a relationship, or say you're having a one night stand, whatever, and the girl says that she's on birth control, it's okay, just come inside of me. Next thing you know, she's pregnant.
Oh, that's rape.
Mm,
That is
no.
considered. No, it's not
No.
considered rape.
It's not
I
rape,
would not consider that.
Ooh, shit.
not
That's
rape.
I would not
that's
consider that rape.
but
No.
now the guy
sexual fraud.
Now
No.
the guy gets
No.
sexual fraud.
That is sexual
because now the
fraud.
guy gets stuck with child support.
Yeah, that's sexual
100%
fraud.
sexual fraud.
Yeah.
Sexual fraud.
Sexual fraud. Okay, I can understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, same
I
thing
mean,
with you
but
girls, right?
I mean, it's gonna be hard to prove that you were on it. Like, if you actually were, then there should be like a certain type of date or something that you like actually got, because you can only get him through the pharmaceutical, right? Like, so you
Yeah, but the girl could
so-
say that she's on birth control and that she's not.
See, why do I feel
But
like
again,
What if your
but
relationship?
she definitely could have been, but it's only what, like,
But no, okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm
90%.
talking about, say you're dating a girl and your relationship is on the verge of a breakup,
okay.
and she tells you that she's still taking her birth control, but she's not, and she gets pregnant to trap you, to make you stay with her because of a baby. It happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Right?
see, for me,
100%.
I'm thinking, why is it
Yeah, it
not...
does. It happens.
See, like, why in that situation is it not more criminal for, like, a girl to do that? But when a guy does it,
Yeah, it's
rape.
sexual
No,
fraud.
Fucking-
I think it is
you
sexual
know?
fraud.
I think
except
it's
that
sexual fraud.
It's not brought up as much.
But it's not rape.
I wouldn't say it's rape because the sex
Because it
is
wasn't
consensual.
physically forced.
The sex
But
is
mentally,
consensual.
it was forced.
However, I guess there's the argument too. Then, like you.
Right, Will?
I
Why
shouldn't have
accuse
ejaculated
us of
inside
rape?
of her.
When we
It
told you,
definitely
okay,
is
we're not
definitely
married,
is not
bro.
rape.
But when a
Yeah,
girl
you could
says,
still wear a
"I can't get
condom."
pregnant,
Yeah.
then
I
the
feel
trap
It was
hits.
your
Again,
choice at the end
that's
of the
more
day.
of a mental
still-
It was your
But
choice.
It was your choice, but I still feel for the guy because
I feel
you
for the girl.
You trusted your girlfriend when she said,
Yeah.
I'm on the
On
pill,
birth control.
or
Yeah.
I have some sort of
I
birth
mean,
control.
and to his knowledge, that you were the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you had several intercourses in situations and
Yeah.
you don't know that she like went off it, or
Yeah.
you know,
Because I would
then
classify
it
that
could-
as deception.
it could definitely be deception.
Oh,
it could definitely
shit.
be.
Yeah.
No, yeah, oh yeah, definitely,
See?
definitely.
It's
Yeah.
always
Just to bring it back to the guys.
The girl can
it's not
control
just about-
the situation
it's not just
until
about-
it is forced
Yeah.
by physical. Then it becomes rape. But by mental and whatever, that's not rape. It's
fraud.
just like, you know.
Yeah.
It's a degree of rape.
It's a degree of that motherfucker
Back
got
to
game.
murder.
That's
Back to being
Yeah.
murdered.
that's rape. So
This is-
I think this
so
would
you
fall
chicos
under,
are saying it's not rape if a
first
girl
degree.
says I
First
can't get
degree,
pregnant.
no?
You can come in me. That's not rape.
No,
No, it's not.
I mean, I think
That's
it's
sexual
I think
fraud.
it's
It's sexual fraud.
The same thing
Sexual
as we
fraud.
agreed with this
But,
situation.
Yeah.
It's
but when a
sexual
guy
fraud.
says to a girl, "Oh, I'm not married, let's have sex," that's rape.
No,
we've
it's sexual
we've
fraud,
agreed
that's what we
that it's
said.
Sexual fraud.
Okay, so it's not rape.
Yeah.
Sexual
Not
fraud.
rape. We've agreed that it's
Yeah.
sexual fraud.
Not rape.
That
We
is
kind
a
of
definition.
Rape is a-
agreed.
All right.
Ah, man.
We
Sexual
kind of
fraud.
agreed that rape
is
should be
it's very physical,
it should be a little bit
very-
more broader.
It's very forceful, very like one-sided. I just don't like that word.
Yeah.
You know? It's not a good word. I don't like it.
That's why it's funny. Like, it's good you brought up that topic because I had this conversation with a few girlfriends of mine when situations happen like that and a girl gets pregnant.
Yeah.
Do you think it's well within the guy's right to decline responsibility for this baby?
Yes. Totally half and half. No, ooh, I take that back.
If-
Sorry.
if she buys that birth control?
No, I totally take that back. You know why?
Yes.
A girl,
So
only
it
the
comes-
girl can get pregnant, right? Like,
But here's the question again: how do you
Back to-
prove that she wasn't on it?
Like how do you
How
prove that like she all of a sudden like went off the birth
How do you
birth
prove
control
she was
and
lying?
she like purposely wanted you to impregnate her?
It's the same thing with the guy. How
It's-
do you prove
it's
that he didn't
very-
disclose that he was
oh.
married? How do you prove
It's
that the
very,
girl?
it's very
was on birth
situational. It's
control?
very situational.
girls are
It's
fucking
not-
tricky. 100%.
it's
Guys are
not-
tricky.
it's
50%.
not a very, like-
When girls
Wait,
are
can't
tricky,
you do like
100%.
can't you do like a hormonal testing to see if she was on birth control?
I don't
I
think
mean,
so.
like if you
For a
'cause
girl, no.
Like, but you could also like just because
Could you
got
check her
that pill, right?
prescriptions?
And if they're saying they're on
You can
birth
fill it, doesn't
control,
mean that you're
you
taking
can
it.
also like just like pop them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pop them out.
It doesn't
And
mean
not
that you're
take
taking
Then that's
it.
totally
For-
sexual fraud.
Yeah.
In
that
I mean,
case.
again,
That's like
in
so
court-
premeditated.
In court, it's
It
very
wasn't-
hard to
Yeah.
distinguish the two. You know.
That was so premeditated.
Or
You
it's, like,
thought
not
that out.
disclosing. Like
It's
I
not-
know people.
it's
I've
tough.
heard of women that
It's tough.
get pregnant to
It's tough.
help
To
save
trap.
a relationship. To
Yeah.
trap.
It's
To trap the
tough.
guys.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
So it's
having a
well
baby,
within-
you
It
have
can
to
go.
take
It can go
it.
both ways. It's-
Yeah.
You know, it's tough.
So it's like well within a guy's right to decline this scenario. Like the
Totally.
girl wants to have the baby and he's like, no, I didn't agree to that.
No, definitely. Each gender that has like the power to like say no, like, you know, they don't want it in
Right.
certain situation that they're in. Like, I mean, if they both agree, then great. But if
Yeah.
I
there's
think-
a disagreement, and certain situations occur, then yeah, like could definitely go.
I think so.
Both ways.
I would agree with it. It's well within both of their right to not go on in
Yeah,
this scenario.
definitely.
That leads us into like a question about abortion and whether or not the guy has any say.
Abortion.
I know it's
I'm
the
not-
woman's body, but
If
Yeah.
you're gonna go into the.
I think-
It's-
I don't think he has a right
I
to say whether she has an abortion, but I think he has a right to decline responsibility of the baby.
I agree. I agree with that.
I think he's
agree
like,
with that.
if you're gonna have it and I'm not willing to consent to the responsibility, that's all you. Have the baby if you want to, but let's not.
Yeah, no.
what I
If there's
wanted to have.
if there's a situation where that occurred and like I was not willing or like it wasn't
Yeah.
in my plans or whatever it was, then yeah, maybe.
So what if the woman is like super religious and doesn't believe in abortions? The guy ejaculates in her without her wanting to. The birth control, whatever, doesn't work. She gets pregnant, doesn't want to have an abortion, and he says, I didn't consent to this, even though he chose to ejaculate into her. Does he get to...
Oh.
I think he gets to
Damn,
step
okay,
away from the
shit,
scenario.
that's like,
I don't think guys ever have a right to speak on a woman's body. He doesn't have he can't force a woman to have an abortion or to have the baby, but I think he can
Not even a
pull
little
himself
bit?
away from the situation.
Not even
No.
a little bit?
I think he can- I
Because
think he
it's
can
like
take
before you
himself
say
out
that,
of the scenario.
Just saying.
I think it's well within the male's right to be like, I don't consent to raising this child. So, I'm out. You can raise it, that's totally cool, but
I guess because she can
Like-
give it up for adoption then. She doesn't have
it's
to
right
keep it.
and yeah.
Yeah.
There are other ways.
I mean, like, again, birth control, whatever. Like, there's nothing that's 100%. You know what I mean? There's always
Right.
that
There's always a
1% or whatever it is, a certain percentage. And yeah, like I mean, if the guy was not intentionally trying to impregnate you, then
Yeah.
he might have a say into it. Like.
I don't think he has to say whether you have an abortion, but whether or not he's involved or not, I
But-
think is well within his right.
But although,
if he's involved,
although,
And
I mean,
she told him, I can't.
although, like, if they are impregnated and like,
Yeah, and
it's
he said he
definitely
didn't want
their decision. It's definitely their.
So
decision.
no guy
If
has
they
to say
are
that?
if they are impregnated and like they, it's never the guy's decision to like tell you that like no, don't have the baby or whatever. It's your body. Like if you want to have that baby, like
But
Yeah.
what if she tricked them? What if she tricked them?
So that's what we're saying.
that's another
Yeah.
like
So
situation.
in
He has
other
the
words,
right
you
to
guys are
say-
saying he has no right to say.
No, he has the right to
No,
say that
he
I
has
don't want-
rights.
Yeah, he has the right to say
Oh,
that
so
I don't
we
want
have a
to
say now,
keep this
okay.
baby. So that
Yeah, not a say on the woman's body, like not that you should get an abortion, you're getting an abortion.
Here's
It's
the
more
thing.
so you have a say to like tell them I'm not going to be part of raising this child. Like
Here's-
I'm out.
Here's the thing. There's like consensual, like, yeah, like, okay, I understand you don't want it, blah blah blah. But then there's also the law, like the fact that that it is your baby and you need to take care of it as well, and so that they gotta give you money, sir. Like.
But it's
you know?
not an automatic law. A woman has to actually process child support. It doesn't work in a case
Okay.
of like it's automatic. They
Okay.
have to like actually put through paperwork
Okay.
to get child support. So that's what I'm saying. Like if two people and the woman gets pregnant, I still think it's well within a guy's right to be able to say, I do not consent to raising this child. I'm sorry. It's not part of my plan.
Okay.
Like I'm out,
It's
unfortunately.
very, it's honestly, it's very tough. I feel that like men, once you put that claim in, like it's hard to like say like oh no, I didn't intentionally want this baby
Yeah.
with you. Like it's gonna be.
That's
hard.
why know who you
Sometimes
sleep with.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
like.
So in other words, do we have the right to walk away from that? To be like,
I say
that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. It's gonna be hard to walk away from it.
but
you're
to
gonna
get the
have
story
baby.
straight after walking away from that, girls are so
You know?
manipulative.
Then
Yeah.
that
You know?
that, you know.
I think you're right.
It's
That's
tough. It's
where a
hard.
lot of the
It's hard.
times men don't
It's
have
hard.
any rights. The woman files for child support and the guy is stuck paying for something because the woman chose
But
to
the
have
female
baby.
also had, yeah, exactly. You chose to have the baby as
Yeah.
well. There's accountability on both
There's
sides.
a kind of
Now that I know that abortion is frowned upon still, but there is
adoption.
a choice
You can
that's
still have the baby if you don't believe in adoption, but you can give it up. Or sorry, if you don't believe in abortion, but you can give it up for adoption. if you know.
But you see how interesting like our take is on it? Because I feel like some people who are feminists would be like, oh, that's so bad for you to say that the male doesn't have responsibility for the baby. But isn't it funny that we are then almost telling the woman that she can't raise this baby on her own?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But shouldn't she be allowed to raise this baby on her own? Like, it's so funny.
If she wants to.
The the arguments that are like surrounding women's rights. It's like a woman should be allowed to raise this baby on her own, and also be able to tell the man, if you don't want to be part of it, I don't fucking need you. I can raise this baby by
But
myself.
how many women are gonna do that though? Ain't no woman gonna do that though.
There's women that do that.
Oh, show me
Yeah.
5. Oprah. So no, see, that's never gonna happen in the real world.
There
Fuck
are
her.
women that do that. I mean, I would say that it's rare compared to women that actually
Ultra
file
super
for
rare. That's never gonna
child
happen.
support,
Fucking
but
hell.
if a woman is well off,
I feel like if that's the
Why does she
situation, I
need
feel
that?
like it just goes.
Mhm.
she
to
could do
show
it for
that
revenge
women
or like out of
is
spite
just
to
so
be like,
under-
I'm just gonna take your
Yeah.
money because you
Oh, for sure.
left me with this baby. But
For sure.
I don't.
I feel like in that state it's just like it's gonna be hard to like with just one income to support like another person, and they
Yeah.
feel pressured to do the situation where is like where you need that support from the male perspective. And
Yeah,
I don't think that's
I guess.
I don't think that's right. Like I mean, like if you choose to not have that male perspective there, then government should be able to agree with you and support you in that way. I don't know. Like
Fuck
I guess
overall,
it's just
you know what I'm
easier
saying?
for me.
Strap it up.
What?
No
I guess it's
matter
just
the
easier for me to
situation,
say
strap it
because
up.
You know what I just realized?
I believe in
fucking
abortion.
record the Zoom meeting.
Oh no! But we have the views on camera. That's fine.
hey,
Just
hey guys, welcome to the feed. I hope you enjoy this.
Oh, yeah, I can do the intro.
Anyway. Make it count. Make it count.
Oh wow.
That's what
You should just use this as video in the beginning, yeah.
Make it tongues, where we tell no lies but just the truth.
But yeah, the clear
Where
things
we
are,
tell
I'm not
no
an
lies.
asshole, I'm not a
Oh my
creep.
God.
Pero I just look, in the guy's perspective. Because there's ways that girls
Guy's
can trick-
perspective.
Yeah, because there's a lot of
We're
ways
looking
that
for
girls
the
can
girl's
trick a guy to
perspective,
look
my
like a
friend.
creep or,
JK.
and it's not fair.
No, you look great, bro.
Well, me?
Oh.
Yeah, you look fine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't talking about you look like a creep. No, come on. These dimples.
Oh my goodness.
But let's just say girls are very as tricky as guys are.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wouldn't disagree to that for sure. I think that's why we're
previously
talking
we
about this
talked
topic.
No, but I feel like I backed up a creep a lot or but I'm not saying fucking. I mean, if you see a girl breastfeeding, no, I'm not saying that. Have
No.
respect. Don't make comments.
Yeah.
Understand the situation.
we also like free the nipple. You know what I mean? You can
Free
not
the
wear
nipple.
The
Oh, free the
bra
nipple.
if you'd like. We'll definitely not look.
Yeah, don't give us
The creeps,
no.
the creeps will
shit
not
to
look
look
for very long, but there will be.
They will look.
They will look. They will definitely look. I will do one of these.
Oh my god!
Don't see that the glasses. Those are the type you try to stay away from. But the guys who do the sorry, those are the nice guys.
Yeah.
One of these.
Yeah, those are very nice guys. That right there.
And then I'll
That
be,
is
and
some-
then I'll be on my way.
If someone goes like this, full time, that is. No, get off
That'll be on my
that. Get
way.
off that sub. Call fucking someone. Like, there's a fucking creep on there. His name is Will.
No,
okay.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, look. Something's pointing. People are gonna look at the. People are gonna look at it. You know.
That's a really good story that you guys brought up. Though, because it's totally like
I'm not gonna
both
lie.
sides.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm gonna look, but I'm gonna be a creep about it. No.
How do you
Yeah,
know
like,
you're
there's
not
a
being
difference.
creep, though? How do you know?
It's different.
You know what?
What
you know,
separates
you know
creep
how?
from
You know
not
why?
creep?
You know how? I just do one of these.
Oh, you look twice?
All I can say is, don't comment. Keep comments to yourself.
Wow.
Fuck, don't drool like that's fucking.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No.
Just remember.
No.
Just
we're
remember.
we're not
You
gonna
sucked
be-
on your mom's
Yeah,
tit.
I
Just
mean,
remember
I
that.
look, I go out.
The visual.
I go out. I'm gonna be like,
Okay,
hey.
well, what do you girls do if you guys are, you girls are doing that, and then there's like
I'm not gonna be
sixth
weird
grader
about
who
it.
comes
I'm not
on
gonna be
the
weird
bus.
about it. But we're definitely
Now,
gonna go.
okay, now there's there's immature and mature.
Yeah.
You
There
tell
are
the kid, like,
different
oh, you're a fucking
scenarios.
creep kid. Get off the fucking.
Maybe. Depending on how he reacts to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just gotta be
Yeah.
mature. You just gotta be
You
mature
gotta
about it.
teach
Like,
your children too. Don't stare. That's normal.
if
Yeah.
you see something, and it looks like something you're interested in, you can look twice. I'm just saying.
I guess.
So look,
Telling this to a sixth grader. Will.
sixth grader, they don't even know what that is.
People,
we can
people
agree-
bust through
If
the
they,
fucking
a
school,
sixth grader look at a
People bust
nipple,
the school.
they're gonna stare at it all day.
They know what that is.
But can we agree that you shouldn't
But they're gonna
like
be looking at it a lot.
No, you shouldn't.
that you
should
shouldn't
not.
you shouldn't shame a
No.
woman
Oh,
if she
no,
is.
no.
Shame? No, I'm not
No.
talking about shaming.
Okay.
No,
I'm talking about like
definitely not.
I'm trying to cover myself for complimenting, which is totally the same.
I'm trying to think
I did
about
not help
something
my
that-
situation there. Ooh, yeah, that's bad too.
I'm just trying to look in a certain way that it's not gonna be creepy for you. Okay? It's not
Yeah.
gonna be like,
I agree.
ooh, what's that?
The best
Hey.
advice is just don't say nothing at all and just go.
Yeah, don't say anything.
No, obviously not.
That's what we
no.
learned.
It's just kind of one of the, like,
Best use your peripherals.
Better to use your peripherals is something we also learned.
But yeah, hey, if you don't want to get your ass kicked or whatever, have
Mind your
respect.
business.
Have
No,
respect.
obviously, no,
When you
no.
say
Have
that, it
a
reminds me of
definitely
respect.
have that respect
In-
for
Mind your
right?
business.
The
Mind your
individual.
business.
Yeah.
That's all. Mind your business.
Yeah.
Definitely have that respect for that individual. Like, I mean, it goes both ways, really.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
obviously, like people work out and they wanna expose themselves in a way that they wanna
Feel free.
feel confident. So
Okay.
they wear certain things
Agreed.
that they feel that they're very confident in themselves, in their bodies, and that's fine,
So basically, in summary, you can dress however you want. Just expect that there will be
Yes.
some creeps who hit on
Yeah.
you.
That
But
goes
also
both ways.
do
That
not-
goes both ways.
But do not also accept creeps being creepy to you.
Yeah. Don't. It's not an invitation.
Yeah,
It's
you can
definitely
expect
not an
it, but don't
invitation.
accept it.
Yeah.
It's definitely not an invitation at
That's
all.
totally what it is, man.
But
You can expect it, but don't accept it. Man, being
Don't
a
accept
girl is
it,
tough.
yeah.
Hell. How do you be a girl so pretty in a world like this and not expect
It's hard.
and to accept?
Yeah, you can expect it, but don't accept it.
Uh,
I think that's really what it is. I think that goes for all of the topics we just spoke about. Like, even with getting pregnant, you could expect that if the guy ejaculates in you, that you will get pregnant. You can choose to accept it or not.
Yes.
or ejaculate.
But the overall decision
Certain
is
areas
the
of
woman's
yourself.
decision. Her body, her choice.
Oh, yeah, to have the
Yeah.
baby
Body
for
or choice.
sure
Yeah.
is the woman's
But
decision.
we do have
But
a say. Not that we don't have a say. We have like a 5.
yeah, you could say your
100%. We have a
opinion.
say.
You can totally say your opinion, but I don't think it should be your last word
Oh, fuck no.
on whether or
please.
not.
Last word? No.
Yeah.
You think we have a last word on that? Hell no.
No.
What did we do within a minute?
If it's-
A minute we
it's your body.
did come, but the girl has to, 9 months. And hey, my friends have been fucking pregnant.
No,
whatever.
I
It is
don't.
Yeah.
tough for a girl. It is very tough.
I don't think-
It's very physically draining, emotionally draining, and everything. So a guy does not have a say for that.
I believe in individuality.
Agreed.
Like whatever. your
I mean, we have a
body
say
is.
if it's just like, like, okay, it's my baby too. Like, is there another
Yeah.
way we can figure it out?
I understand that, but like I
But
feel
I mean,
like
fuck
there's
that.
like
I mean,
an
there's-
individuality.
You cannot
like,
equal a
whatever your
man
body
throw
is.
with me because what a woman has to go through for that, fuck that.
Yeah, I know, definitely. Like,
Fuck
like
that.
if like if we
Mentally,
if a
physically,
woman,
emotionally. Oh man.
if a woman like if it's their body, it's really their choice. Really, like I don't have a say for it. Like I mean, I'm the one that chose to do certain things in a certain
It's unbelievable. I think it's unbelievable that they think a man is not as equal as to a woman.
At the same time, you let me do it.
I don't know,
I'm just
man.
kidding.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding. It's really in the end of the day, it's situational. It's all situational. If you accept it, you gotta accept it. But if it's like something that's not wanted, then there's ways that you can go about it. I don't know, man.
It's like this. What he's trying to say is respect a woman's choice, but do not get overpowered by a woman's choice. You know what I mean? Because women can be very mean.
It's a tough subject.
They can be mean,
It's tough.
but
Like, man,
Expect it, but don't accept it.
There's just so many different
That is
there's
takeaway.
so many different
That
variants.
is
But don't.
Just like COVID, it's very tough variants out there. You know what I mean, like
Yeah.
you can get it.
Alright.
you guys had me on the edge
Alright,
today.
alright.
You guys had me on the edge today.
Oh my God,
That was
okay.
very.
Well,
I think that's pretty much our
I think
episode.
that was very back and
Let's
forth.
wrap it up.
It's tough.
We're good.
It's tough.
Mhm.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was nice to have a male perspective on
Thank
things.
you.
Yes.
Do not hate me, everybody. I was just trying to, for the people who,
Again,
heartfelt. There's some
You're
people
just
who
playing
go,
devil's advocate.
Don't have a
Yeah.
problem with us. Just
Don't let the prettiness of a girl be biased in a,
I don't think any of us have much left
It's all
in our drinks,
situational.
but
I'm empty.
you're empty. You're all empty. You're empty.
That was a good conversation.
that's what I said. Just
Cheers.
Cheers with empty glasses.
I'm glad to know quality males.
Yes.
I will just put that out there. At least you guys aren't sleazes and douchebags. That would
No.
be very different in conversing in this topic. So I appreciate that.
I feel very strongly about like the female's perspective, definitely. Like, hey,
Guys, he's single.
He's single, ready to mingle.
Whatever.
Show your
Ready to
fucking
mingle.
abs.
Show your abs one time. Come on. Show your abs.
Single.
Come on. For the intro. Oh.
That's enough. It's not that great. It's not that. Might work out for a while. So.
For the women who are looking just for sexual intention, it is wrong. It's wrong, is what they're saying.
We don't have
Pero,
to talk about it.
if you're looking for love lasting,
No.
something very right there.
Love lasting. Then okay.
No.
Okay, alright. That's it. Thank you
That's it.
again.
Thanks for listening, guys.
If you're listening to our
See you
gibberish.
next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.